As a content creator, there is one thing that you really want, and even though you know it won't really benefit your life, it makes you feel good when it happens, and that thing is gaining followers and or subscribers. There is one hill that I'm willing to die on, and I actually expect a lot of you to disagree with me, and that is fine. Some of you will think it works and something that you should do in every single video, and maybe others of you are a bit more sparing with it. For me, it's something I'll never do. I will never tell my mentees to do it, and it's something that I'm about to ask you to stop doing, and that thing is asking for follows. Let's rewind to how and why this is something that's only really become prevalent in the last few years, thanks to TikTok. TikTok came along and changed social media forever. Quickly, as a tangent, we need to understand what is known as the TikTokification of social media. So basically, rewind to when I started on social media. Unless someone followed you, they wouldn't see your posts. We only really had feed posts, and growth would be getting a shout out, someone sharing you to their story, and maybe word of mouth. Then TikTok came along and it changed pretty much everything forever. TikTok's algorithm meant that you were served content on what you liked and what you were interested in, not who you followed. Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram Reels, YouTube, and YouTube Shorts. These all work on the algorithm of content that you're interested in. This means that for you, the lucky whippersnapper watching this, your life is easier to grow your social media platform than anyone else before. These platforms are working day and night to put your content in front of people that are right for it, as long as there's one thing: you make the content good enough. So now that content creators know this, they know that a large amount of people who are going to watch and engage with their content are being served it. So they think it's their perfect opportunity to ask for a follow, to beg for a follow, to say, please, please follow me. Imagine I'm 25, single, I'm on a night out and I catch eyes with a beautiful young lady. We chat and we start to get on. I think, my God, this lady's perfect. I'm daydreaming about our life together in the future. I'm thinking about how incredible she is. Then she comes back from the toilet, sits down next to me, looks me in the eyes and says, please take me home, please. I'm like, whoa, things are going pretty well. I probably would have asked you to come home with me, but the fact that you begged me to do it puts me off. I interviewed Sean Casey, an Irish lad who's probably one of the most successful ever to use social media, and he's a big advocate of asking for follows, and he has a bigger following than me. And when I asked him about it, he constructively said to me that, James, I do it because it works. And I can't argue with that. And I'm not saying that I'm right and he's wrong, but my point is this: you shouldn't have to ask. Last week I was interviewed, and something that's becoming a bit of a common occurrence in this space is that the hosts of podcasts, when we get off air, will kind of ask me for a bit of information. James, what would you do? How could you help me out? He said he was trying to grow his email list, and we spoke about all the kind of different ways that you could grow and structure it. And he asked about incentive structures for getting signups. He said that he thought about giving people a free mug if they signed up to his newsletter. And I said, do you know what the problem is with that? I said, you'll just have people on your email list that wanted a free mug. So let's break down people that watch your content into two subsets of personality traits. Those that saw your video and went, fuck me, that was so good, I'm going to need to follow this person to ensure I get served more of their stuff. I'm also going to support them with a follow. The follow is a weird support system vanity metric because you're judged on it. And as shallow as humanity is, the more followers you have, the easier it is to get girls because of status. And that's why people buy fake followers. I was going to say the easier it is to get your dick sucked, but I thought I'd be a bit more professional. People actually unfollow you as a sign of showing that they no longer support you in your endeavors. Then you have people that support you but don't want to see your content anymore, so they mute you, and this is your friends and what your family do. They don't want to do you dirty by unsubscribing, so they've no doubt just muted you. Then the second group of people that watch your content is those that thought, yeah, nice, then went on about their day. And the issue with these lot is there are some of these that probably would follow you if you asked them nicely. Or you did that pathetic, and if you followed me, you'd already know that. Give it a break, mate. Here's the real issue that I have with these beggy little pathetic creator please follow me trends. One, it breaks the rhythm. So we need to start the piece of content with a well thought out hook, a reason for them to stay and engage. We then need some kind of setup, letting them know what's to come. We build them up, and then just as the suspense is getting too much, we can pay them off. Then we can't just piss around for too long and they'll just leave. Better to leave them wanting more than giving them too much, but that's another video altogether. To beg for a follow in this position just ruins it. I've seen people even try to segment their ask for a follow between the hook and the setup. Let me tell you this, every single person watching your content is looking for a reason to leave, and the moment that you give them that reason and you break the momentum, they're gone. My sensei, Ed Lawrence, said something which is so true, especially on YouTube. People who have not seen your content before hate your fucking guts. And if you can make content to win those people over, you will do well. But begging for a follow that early on is just ruining the rhythm you've worked so hard for. You can try too hard. Sometimes less is more. Don't ruin the rhythm. I don't recall Quentin Tarantino popping up in the middle of one of his films asking for a fucking 5-star review on Rotten Tomatoes, because if the film is good enough, they will review it anyway. Number two, it's desperate. Another controversial take is you shouldn't do sales calls. And I've done videos on this and whatever. But although they do work, it can be to your detriment because you should only really do sales calls when you're fucking desperate for sales. And even then, you don't want to send people to your calendar, because when I see that little Johnny can take calls all day, every day, it makes me realize little Johnny is pretty empty. And if he's empty, maybe it's bad luck, or maybe he's fucking shit at his job. Some people aren't put off by that, but I am. You want to position yourself as someone that's just putting out incredible content to generate goodwill with strangers, not just to pump your socials. I'm at 1.4 million on Insta, 1.1 million on Facebook, 1.8 million on TikTok, and nearly 500,000 on YouTube combined without ever fucking asking for a follow. Could I have more followers if I asked? Probably, but I'd feel like a right nonce for doing so. I'd rather have an audience of people that didn't need to be begged to be part of my audience. Those who watch my content, they'll either keep watching until they follow or they won't. And keep in mind, trends that we see at present, especially on YouTube, is this: as long as you watch a channel, whether you subscribe or not, it will keep serving you the video. Because YouTube knows if you watch a certain channel, it would be fucking stupid to stop serving you that channel. And it's the same on every platform. I've actually noticed some channels where I see less when I subscribe to them, and I don't know what the fuckery that is, I don't know. But let's look at my third reason, because I could literally sit here all day talking about this. Number 3. Easy come, easy go. If you had to beg someone to join, they'll probably be one of the first to leave. Now, when we look at the psychological bias of something called loss aversion, this fucks you. For any of you that don't know, loss aversion simply put is this: imagine 0 is how you feel right now. Anything additional from that is happiness. Anything below that is unhappiness. If you found a $50 note on the floor, you'd experience about a +5, and it would be short-lived. We have a lot of data backing up the notion that human beings experience double the effect of a loss as they do from a gain. So in that same situation, it would be a -10 if you lost $50, and it would no doubt ruin your day. Same amount of cash. So if you beg for easy marginal followers, when they leave, which they probably will, if you're not a perfect fit for them, it will make you feel like shit when in a week's time that person unfollows you. You take it to heart and wonder why on earth you're putting out this amazing content and people are unfollowing you. You'll doubt your purpose, your content, your business, and your ability to produce content. Your confidence is a finite energy that you need to protect. Even this video right now, I swear I say exactly what I want because I only want people that think, fuck me sideways and call me Mary. This is my guy for social media advice. I've not once begged for a follower or a subscriber here because it just cheapens what I do. At time of filming on this channel, I have 8,620 subscribers. If they all buy my program, in the next 6 months, I earn $17.24 million. To try and pump the metrics for vanity would just suck in shit leads. If I need to ask you to subscribe, you're not right for me. Sure, I'll reference a link in my description, but ultimately I'm here to do one thing, and that is to help you run a better social media strategy. There are millions of better coaches than me that never made millions. There are way better authors than me that sold less books. And there are probably way better businesses going broke because they don't understand how to play the game. So don't focus on begging for follows, focus on playing the game right. The better your content is, the more people that will see it. And the more people that see it, the more goodwill you accrue across large amounts of people. And a small percentage of those people will always want to do business with you. That's how the game works. So get to fucking work. I couldn't give a fuck if you subscribe or not, because if you've made it this far in the video, YouTube will show you my next video anyway. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Fuck off.